Aloha everybody, Sapper reporting in from Honolulu, Hawaii with, let's call this, part 2 of the Follow.io Tactical Map Beta tutorial. If you haven't watched my first tutorial, click on the link below. Lots of great information on the signing up process, in-game tutorial, and the team feature which we've all been looking forward to in Follow.io. So, let's get started. First thing we're going to talk about is this arrow icon in the center of your screen when you first log in. This is you. If you chose the human faction, the arrow will be blue. If you chose the evolved faction, the arrow will be yellow. The arrow points in the same direction as your device, so you can twist and turn, and the arrow will always point in the direction that your device is facing. You can also scroll the map by dragging the screen in any direction. This is especially helpful when you're trying to harvest resources from afar with a drone, and we'll talk more about how to do that later. If you find yourself scrolling too far ahead, you can always tap the compass icon on the bottom left of your screen, and then it'll recenter you back on yourself. On the top left, you have your faction emblem. Humans have this blue icon, while the evolved faction have this yellow icon. Next to that, you have your player name and your experience bar. Right now, there is no leveling system being implemented in the Tactical Map Beta, which is why everyone is level 0 with no experience. But as soon as that comes out, be sure to check out this channel for a video on that. Moving on. Next, we have our hacking power bar. The hacking power bar displays our current hacking power up to 100%. Hacking power is necessary for performing actions in the tactical map, such as claiming areas, raiding enemy areas, and blocking enemy raids. Your hacking power recovers over time, so you can put your phone to sleep and let your hacking power regenerate on its own. On the right side, you have your resource inventory display, which shows the amount of crypto coins and energy you have on you now, with the maximum being 120 of each resource. In the corner, you have an icon that looks like a safe. Tap on that icon and it'll show you how much resources you have in your storage. On the bottom right is an arrow which opens the chat menu. In this menu, you can chat with players in your local community, within your region, and even nationwide. Areas. Now let's talk about areas and POIs. Each square that you see in your tactical map is an area. Areas produce resources and can house up to 3 player-built POIs, or points of interest. Gray areas are neutral areas which can be claimed by players for their faction. Blue areas are controlled by the humans, and the yellow areas are controlled by the evolved. Tapping on the area tells you how many resources were produced by the area and how many structures can be built by players in that area. Some areas have clusters of POIs. These POIs are most likely put there by developers to represent real-life landmarks, such as businesses. POIs can be identified by their color and icon. Green POIs are known to produce crypto coins, while pink POIs are known to produce energy. Orange POIs can be used to transfer resources into your storage. Most light blue POIs are known to produce a higher level of either resource, and may also help to regenerate your hacking power at a quicker rate. Yellow POIs are known to produce a higher level of either resource as well, but may also help to increase the traveling speed of your drone when sent from the same area. The only known gray POI is the armory. It doesn't produce any resources, but it will allow players to build defenses in the future. Last but not least, the mysterious dark blue POI known as the playground, which supposedly helps regenerate hacking power. It is displayed as a question mark on the tactical map, but when you tap on it, a dark blue circle revolves around the question mark. Nobody knows what it means, but we can only hope that it will play a big role in future developments. All these squares, these are gray and neutral areas, so it's pretty much up for grabs. Any faction can come and claim them as long as you're physically in the square, which is what I really like about the game. So we have 99% power. I want to try to get this claim on before we get to 100, so I'm not wasting any time or power. We have 0 resources, but it doesn't cost any resources to claim. All it costs is 50 power. So here we go. As long as I'm in the square, I'm going to click on the square. You have info. It tells you a little bit about the area. Hopefully later in the game it tells you a name or something. So you just click on claim, and there you go. Area has been claimed. It's 50 power. Anybody in your faction can now utilize this area for harvesting resources or building POIs. This is an augmented reality game, so what you see in reality, you'll most likely see in the game. Streets, buildings, bodies of water, you'll see it all. Say you're at the beach or the lake, you'll see it on your tactical map. You might be at a park and you might see a playground. Or maybe you're hanging out at the bar, a pub, a restaurant, or an ice cream shop. It'll most likely be on your tactical map. These are considered POIs. Constructing POIs. Now that you've claimed an area for your faction, you can now construct POIs in that area. First, make sure that you're in the area where you want to build the POI. Next, tap on the area and check the info. The info tab will tell you how many POIs can be built by players in the area. When you tap on the area, a small menu screen will pop up. Tap on Build. You'll see 5 POIs that you can build. A solar panel which produces energy, a crypto miner that produces crypto coins, a vault which holds your stored resources, a warehouse which allows your areas to produce more resources, and an armory. If you look at the bottom of each POI description, you'll see how much resources it will cost to build that POI. Make sure that you have enough resources in your storage. It's okay if you don't have enough resources on you, because the remaining resources needed will automatically be withdrawn from your storage. And again, you can check your storage by tapping on the safe looking icon in the top right. Once you're sure, all you need to do is tap on Build. Remember, you can build up to 3 POIs in an area, so as long as that area does not already have POIs in them, then you're good. When you build multiple POIs, they will automatically be placed and spaced within the area. Harvesting. Now that you have POIs built in areas that your faction controls, you want to harvest these POIs for resources. There are 2 ways of harvesting resources, directly and indirectly. Tap on the area or POI that you want to harvest, then select Harvest. Remember, all areas and some structures produce resources. Every player can harvest areas and POIs that are controlled by their faction. In other words, humans can harvest blue areas and the POIs in them. Evolved can harvest yellow areas and the POIs in them. You can also indirectly harvest your resources with your drone. Tap on an area that is further away from you, then select Harvest with Drone. Your drone will travel to that area or POI, harvest a portion of it, and return to your location. Drones can only hold up to 40 crypto coins and 40 energy at a time, so keep that in mind when you're harvesting. The resources you harvest go into your inventory. You can hold up to 120 crypto coins and 120 energy. So if you try harvesting resources but your inventory is full, you won't be able to until you deposit those resources into your storage. Depositing resources. You can deposit your resources into your storage by transferring them into vaults or banks, the orange POIs. Like harvesting, you can directly or indirectly transfer your resources into your storage. If you're in the area, you can deposit all the resources you have on you, all at once, into a vault or bank that is in the same area as you. If the bank or vault is in an adjacent area, you may send your drone to transfer resources to the vault or bank, but remember, drones can only hold up to 40 crypto coins and 40 energy at a time. The same rule applies when you send out your drone to deposit resources. You tap on the POI and you tap on Info. It displays all the information that you need to know about this POI, including the hit points, armor, and efficiency. It also tells you how many resources it takes to upgrade it to the next level. Upgrading a POI. Tap on the POI and you tap on Upgrade. Tells you the current level of your POI, and all you need to do is drag that cursor over to the far right, or however much you want to put in order to upgrade. Now, in order to upgrade a POI, you need to make sure you have 100 and 100 of each. So again, you tap on your POI, you can upgrade that, drag it to the right, tap on Confirm. One more thing to mention, they all cost 100 of each resource to upgrade. Blocking raid. Oh great, doesn't involve player raiding our area. Tap on the enemy's area and you can see their name. You can block your raid and retrieve all the stolen resources. First, you need to make sure that you're in the area that's being raided. Tap on the area that's under attack and select Block Raid. Blocking a raid will cost you 10 hacking powers, so make sure you have enough to block the raid. Raiding an enemy area. Let's take the fight back to them by raiding one of their areas. Make sure you have at least 30 hacking power to start the raid. Go to the area you want to raid, and here's the important part. You need to stay in the area throughout the raid, or else you won't receive your spoils. Tap on the enemy area and select Start Raid. Raiding takes time, so you need to make sure that you stay in the area throughout the entire raid. The longer you stick around, the more resources you'll get. Once you leave the area or exit out of the game, your raid will end automatically and you'll have to spend 30 more hacking power to start a new raid to get the remaining resources. If an enemy player blocks your raid, you will not receive any resources from the raid and have to spend another 30 hacking power to start another raid. And that's it. Congratulations, you completed the part 2 tutorial for the Father.io Tactical Map Beta. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Also, check out the forums for the latest news, issues, bug reports, and fixes, and get to know other players in or around your community. Thank you all for your support. Like and subscribe. Sapper, signing out. Key thing about sending out your drone is that you need to keep your tactical map open. If you don't have your tactical map open and you decide to lock your phone or switch to another screen, your drone is not going to move toward the resource or is not going to come back to you. So you need to make sure that you have the tactical map open all the way through. Now, one way to counter that is if you send your drone out, it harvests and it's on its way back to you, but you send it pretty far or you're not in the same area or you're not as close to it, you can exit out your game and restart your game and your drone will be right back with you. Not sure if that's built into the game or if that's going to get fixed, but that's a pretty good feature to have right now. It would behoove you to start upgrading all of your key home base structures to its maximum level or as much as you can before the cost of each upgrade goes up. Because right now it's only 100 of each. And the time is the same as well. So that is a good deal. You need to start doing it now. Time now. If you're not playing the beta right now, you're wrong.